Coming up on a positive note, it's Military Family Appreciation Month, and we're showing love like never before.
I wouldn't trade it at all.
Help us dive into stories from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut that highlight the amazing contributions and sacrifices from the front line and the home front.
Who did you bring with you?
My daddy doll.
Today, all of our news is good news. I'm Judea Murray, and here on a positive note, we highlight the most heartwarming stories from all around our tri-state that move and inspire us. And this week, all of our stories are coming from the proud and courageous military families in our region. Military Family Appreciation Month kicked off with this adorable video coming from Buffalo, New York. A 5-year-old boy finally reunited with his dad after being separated since June. The boy's kindergarten teacher planned this special moment out, and his priceless reaction is caught on cam. The homecoming is probably the best part about deployment. All of that love and affection builds up over time and just overflows the moment that you see your family. But what about what comes before that? News 12's Tara Joyce introduces us to a couple from the Hudson Valley, helping other military families get through those hard moments without their loved ones. Let's take a look.
The Cotillo family of Carmel cannot wait for the snow to stick. They're not expecting this kind of Christmas.
I think the hardest part is when you start going through the holidays.
But they are hoping for a reunion shortly after. When does he come home? Do you know?
I think when it's around like winter.
Until her father, Staff Sergeant Alfonso Cotillo, can be with her in person, 7-year-old Gianna has settled for this. What do you have with you today? Who did you bring with you?
My daddy doll.
She'll be the first to tell you nothing compares to the real thing. Her mom, Nicole, wholeheartedly agrees, but she doesn't dwell on her husband's 5th deployment.
While he's gone, I always find that staying busy is the best thing for me, and a lot of that comes with volunteering.
Instead, she embraces it and has made it her mission to help other military families do the same.
I try to be as honest as possible with them that deployment is hard, but you have to find a way to get through it, and you have to be strong for your family member who is overseas.
As a family readiness leader with the National Guard, Nicole is there to help them sort through the struggles, be it benefits, education in case of an emergency, or by organizing outings. It's her way of letting the spouses and children know they're not alone, although sometimes she too needs reminding.
We just recently went to a wedding, and they have that first dance and they invite all the couples up, and you're sitting at the table and you're kind of looking at all the couples and you're kind of thinking like, this is a song we would have danced to.
A life of service often means a life of sacrifice, but for country and community, Nicole says every day is worth it. I would imagine that this is a life filled with high highs and low lows. There's so much pride, there's so much valor, there's so much honor. There's also risk and fear. Would you trade this life?
I wouldn't trade it at all. We want this lifestyle because we know that we are serving a greater good.
80 years ago, a letter was sent home to New Jersey around the holidays, but it never quite made it to its destination. Now, a Clifton Veterans Post Commander is hoping to get it in the right hands. News 12's Christy Kalisian brings us to the story of this patriotic postage.
Hopefully we can find, family member to this letter.
It was during World War II, December 21st, 1944. Private First Class Walter Brzezinski's letter addressed to his mom, Mary Brzezinski in Clifton, was sent out, but never seemed to reach her. It's still unopened.
Normandy was one of the worst parts of World War II, and you're getting a letter at Christmas time. So hopefully it's a good letter with saying happy, Merry Christmas to the family, and hopefully, it's exciting. I get the chills right now.
Commander of the Athenia Veterans Post in Clifton, Kevin C. Gorman, received Brzezinski's letter from someone who got it from an antique dealer in Somerville and was told Brzezinski died in 2016. In Kevin's search for a Brzezinski family member, he asked Clifton Councilman Ray Grabowski for help. He lives a block away from the Sargent Avenue address and spoke with neighbors who still remember the Brzezinski family.
Well, according to the Soroka family, they were a nice family. They were a big family. Back in those days, the neighborhood was everything. They said, they were friendly with all the neighbors. Everyone got along, and apparently very nice family. So hopefully the letter says something really nice to them.
What do you really think that the letter says?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's right before the holiday. Hopefully it's just a letter to his family saying Merry Christmas and hope to see you soon.
Opening up mail addressed to someone else is a felony in the U.S., but even if it weren't, Kevin, who keeps the letter in a safe at home, will still keep the envelope shut.
If you were able to open up the letter now, let's say legally, you still wouldn't?
I would still not. I would want this a family member, somewhere in that family, great-grandson, great-great-grandson, whoever in that family, somebody step up and I can hand them the letter. I would hold it till I find the family.
Now, at the time of our original report, they had luck locating family members, but they hadn't reached out to them yet. I really hope that story ends on a positive note just in time for the holidays, like this next one from Long Island. 3 months ago, a couple of strangers made a woman from Riverhead, New York, possibly the happiest person in the world, with an unexpected gift. News 12's Virginia Huey is showing us the priceless memento they gave her. You have to see this.
Oh my God.
Back in August, Eileen Sullivan Albert of Riverhead received a 75th birthday gift like no other. Her long-lost father's 81-year-old Army duffel bag from his service during World War II. Corporal Joseph W. Sullivan was killed in action while serving in the Korean War on November 20th, 1950.
This was my father's.
The bag gave Albert a connection with her fallen father.
I never met my dad. Don't have a picture of me with him. I have nothing, no memory, nothing of his. And to get this duffel bag that he actually used in World War II, it's just a miracle.
For Albert, the best was yet to come. Shortly after receiving her father's duffel bag, she packed it and took it on a road trip. Albert's destination, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Her mission, to thank Roger and Alice Goodland in person for changing her life with the gift of her father's Army bag.
I wanted to hug Roger and say thank you.
Roger bought the bag for 10 cents from an Army surplus store in Indiana back in 1946.
I so many times looked at that bag and wondered who Joseph W. Sullivan was.
Using the power of Google, Roger and his wife Alice discovered Joseph W. Sullivan was a war hero. Their internet search also uncovered this plea from Eileen, asking anyone with mementos from her father's service to contact her.
There was no doubt that that's where the bag needed to go.
You guys have no idea how special this is.
The couple's kindness lifted a Gold Star daughter's spirits and launched a new friendship.
It was such a beautiful meeting. It was just an instant connect, like I've known these people all my life.
The Goodlands and Albert are planning more cross-country get-togethers, making this war hero's service bag truly a gift that keeps on giving. Virginia Huey, News 12, Long Island.
Okay, but wait until you hear what she gave them. Albert put together a gift basket for the Goodlands, and one of the goodies inside was a 1946 uncirculated Roosevelt dime because she heard Roger paid 10 cents for her father's bag. You see how great things come back to you when you do good? Now, November isn't over just yet. You can still shout out yourself or a loved member of the military in your life out on social media. Just post a video including your name, where you're from, who you're shouting out, and why. Use our hashtag N12MilitaryFamily so we can find it later. A gentleman from Suffolk County on Long Island is turning perfect strangers into family with a simple handcrafted token of his appreciation. News 12's Jackie Lucas brings us closer to his story.
I'm 90 years old, and I'm still trying to enjoy life.
Bob Templeton of Melville has lived a good life. Married to his wife Fran for 70 years, they have 4 kids, 8 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandsons.
Things worked out good for me. The good Lord was good to me.
Templeton is a Navy vet and served in the Korean War.
I was 19 years old when I joined the Navy. I went to Korea on the USS Manchester. 1 year on the ship, I flew drones, radio-controlled planes, for target practice.
Then, after moving to Long Island, he ran and owned a military defense company for nearly 50 years. Now retired,
Tell everybody to keep the faith.
it's his faith that is keeping him busy in his basement workshop, Bob makes these cross necklaces by hand out of horseshoe nails.
Keep me busy. I work on them like 2 hours a day. I enjoy making those crosses. They cost me $1.90 for the material for each cross. I never charge anybody a nickel, and I've given away over 1,800.
More than 1,800 cross necklaces handed out and mailed out over the last 8 years.
Anybody open the door for me, or hold the door for me, I give them a cross. I got, thank you notes from all over the country.
His family's reaction?
What you witnessed in his cross making in his retired years is a tiny window into his creativity or ingenuity. And I'm so proud of him for finding something that not only gives him great joy, but he spreads love and joy wherever he goes with these gifts.
And that love, joy, and kindness is contagious, as we witnessed Bob at work.
I want you to have one of these. I make them.
Oh, thank you.
Here's a gift for you.
What is that for?
You know what? It just renews my faith in people that, they're willing to give something out for free, nothing in return. It's very much appreciated.
You don't see that frequently, so it's very nice.
As for Bob,
what do you think God thinks about what you do?
Well, I hope he appreciates it. Maybe that's why he's keeping me around this long, because I'm making the crosses. It just does my soul good.